too. Man, he had himself a night. 19 points for Austin, and he hits Pat Bev with that too small celebration. Awesome, because remember, Pat Bev did the same thing to LeBron when these two last played. Both Reeves and LeBron talked about the moment after the game. Take a listen.
We know you have a good relationship with Pat Bev for his time, and he did the whole thing with LeBron. Just take us through it.
He did it last time we played to Bron. It wasn't something I thought about doing all game, but I felt like right time, right situation, and like you said, me and Pat's got a good relationship. I respect him. It's just me competing.
AR always got my back. Always.
Last question, Mike.
Even though he loved Kobe back in the day. I forgive him.
Game recognizes game. All right, Shannon, how far can you see this Lakers squad going?
As I said earlier, Skip, I believe they can beat anybody in a 7-game series, but I also, Skip, they mess around and be in the play-in and one and done. Anything can happen in one game.
Yep.
That's why people love football so much, because it's not a series. It's one game. You do not believe the Giants in a 7-game series could have beat the Patriots. If they play over 7 weeks and they play one game a week, Skip, I don't believe the Giants can beat them. But that one day, they could. Mm-hmm. So you mess around and find yourself in the play-in. Could you be one and done? Absolutely. In a 7-game series, I believe with LeBron and AD playing like this, I don't worry about LeBron. Sure, they can come out of the Western Conference.
They could.
But I've also seen them play over a stretch of a week or two, and they don't win no games. And so they could be done against anybody in the playoffs. But I like what AD said. He set the tempo. He's like, all the teams that's on our schedule, they beaten us. The last time we played, they beat us.
Yep.
So now we won't get back. Chicago, y'all started it off. Hey, we're going to start with you guys, because y'all were the last team to beat us on Sunday. So we're going to pay y'all butt back on Wednesday. And now we coming to Minnesota. We got Utah. We got a couple of these other teams. Clippers, we're going to get y'all too. So go on and get your rest up, Kawhi, because you're going to get this.
Okay.
So, AD was a monster in the second half, Skip, 22 points, 14 in the fourth quarter. His fourth most points in the fourth quarter this season, most since December. Lakers debut. I like this lineup for the simple fact they got a proven perimeter defender in Vando. Austin Reeves will fight you and scrap you. They got a guy in AD that can protect the paint. You got guys that can make shots, guys that can handle the ball. D'Lo can handle the ball. LeBron can handle the ball. Reeves can handle the ball.
Yep.
So I like this lineup, Skip. But like I said, that bench. Last night, 5 players played at least 10 minutes. Only 2 bench players scored, combined 14 points. The Lakers were outscored by 14 with Schroeder on the floor in 21 minutes. Outscored by 21 with Beasley on the floor in 10 minutes. That'll get you beat. Because the thing is that your starters are not going to be able to play the entire game, although you would like that. So what you cannot have happen is when you have a lead, Skip, have the second unit give it up so readily. Or what you really want, because what made Golden State so good, Skip, is that if you had a lead, the second unit, they expanded it. If you went to the bench and you were behind, they got you back in the ball game. And that's what you have to have. So how far could they go? They could make it to the Western Conference Finals. Hell, they could get knocked out in the first round. But I'm counting on AD. You keep telling me AD, this is a new AD. AD gonna give it to me. If you tell me AD, I'm not saying he has to give me 38 a night. But if you're gonna tell me he's gonna play with the force and the effort that he played with last night, they're coming up out the West.
Okay. All I know is this team keeps growing on me. I loved what I saw last night because I don't think that was easy what they did last night. They punished a team that had embarrassed them on Sunday at their place. And that team has been crazy hot, red as in Bulls hot. And they took that team apart physically. They dismantled them on rebound in the basketball, crushed them on the boards, and on second chance points, it was 29-6. You had a new starting lineup last night. You've tried 79 different lineups, and it was a first. And your starting lineup outscored their starters 107-72. That's significant. I would take that to your psychological bank off last night. And then what I loved the most was your 2 superstars both readily acknowledged after the game, we could do this. And it surprised me because they're usually a little more reticent, AD or LeBron, about, maybe if this. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. First, we had AD step to the mic after the game and said, we've got scoring, we've got shooting, we've got playmaking, and we've got defensive guys. I think we've got everything we need, he acknowledged. So he's saying, bring it on. I accept the pressure and the expectation. This team, since the trade deadline, since getting out from under Russ and out from under Pat Bev, #1 in defense in the whole NBA.
Yeah.
Which brings me to LeBron. And he shocked me with this, maybe not shocked, but he surprised me with accepting the pressure the way he did. He's talking about this starting lineup because it was magical last night.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a one-shot deal, but I don't think so. He said, I think the #1 thing we have is multiple ball handlers.
Yes.
So no one has to feel stressed handling the ball every possession. See LeBron James.
Yeah, that was he talking about himself.
That's exactly right. We got shot makers in that starting lineup, and we've got a lot of length. Well, this is highest IQ in basketball speaking right here.
Right.
I had not thought about the length of that starting lineup. Austin Reeves is a freakishly weird combination.
He's a big two.
He's a big two because he's 6'5", and he's long-armed. You don't see that in that ilk of player. Cut from that mold, you don't see long arms. LeBron said, D'Lo, he's got longer arms than you think. For 6'3", he's got long arms. Jared Vanderbilt is a long defender who cares about defending.
Yes.
Okay? LeBron is he's just big.
Right.
He's just 6 feet 9 inches tall.
And then you got AD.
And then you got long-armed AD who plays much better. He only measures 6'10"-ish, I think, but he plays 7 feet tall because of his length when his fuse is lit. Well, is it lit every game? No, it's not. But my point is, it can be because you saw it last night. That set the tone and the standard for what can come from this point forward. So you've got the two superstars acknowledging the fact that, okay, here we come. I'm going to remind you, you are still only 1.5 games behind Golden State that keeps beating its chest at home. That was championship stuff. Did you see what we just did? Well, they were lucky they survived the other night.
Right.
But the point is, you're only 1.5 games out of the 6th seed.
Yeah.
Well, don't let the Lakers get the 6th seed where they don't have to worry about the play-in.
Yeah, we didn't try to worry about the play-in.
All right. Okay. Well, can you pull this off?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's your upcoming. You go to Minnesota. Minnesota has.
We need that one.
Okay. You should go get that one.
We need that one.
And that's going to be a fight. I can just tell you.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take it up a notch from what you did at Chicago to win that one. Okay. Then you go to Houston. There's payback. They have embarrassed you. You should be able to go take care of Houston on Sunday. This is Friday night, Minnesota at Houston Sunday. Then you go to Utah. Well, obviously, they're not even in the play-in, so they're 1, 2, 3 Cancooning. You can go do this.
You see Taylor, he went from 41 the other day. He played.
All right, so you're going to
he gonna want get back.
Okay, he might want some get back. Then you come home, as you say, for the Clippers. Can you beat the Clippers? Yes, you can beat the Clippers. Yes, you can. Then you got Phoenix. Well, I think Phoenix will probably play that game for real because they just need fire tests. They just need the reps, right, against a good team. Okay, can you win that one? Well, sure you can. Then you finish with Utah. My point is, if the 6 is dangling, if it's twisting in the wind for you, I just showed you winnable games. You could win all these games. Seriously, you could win out. And if you do win out, I think you got a good shot at being the 6th seed.
Well, I know last time somebody had something dangling, they held on their rearview mirror.
Yeah.
And he ain't get it. Yeah, you remember that? You down.
Okay, now he's stuck with Russ, so he's done. Okay, he's over and out. Okay, now let's do the bigger picture.
Okay.
I look up the ladder. You're still fighting down there, and what are you in? Let's see.
With an 8th spot.
Eighth spot, okay. I look to the top spot. I've just never been sold on Denver. Could you beat Denver in a 7-game series? Yes, you could. You absolutely could. Okay. Could you beat Memphis in a 7-game series? I could argue they're a little more talented than you are, top to bottom, but not experienced, not savvy, not know-how. You should be able to beat them in a 7-game series. Sacramento, they're wildly talented. Congratulations to them. They're back in the
Mike Brown
mix,
should be.
He should be.
Coach of the year.
Okay, I got it. And you love their talent. I love De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox,
Sabonis. Laker killer.
Keegan Murray just broke the record for the most three-pointers by rookie.
Yeah. Okay?
They got some players.
They got some players. But I saw Milwaukee go in there on was it a Thursday night, and just take them all apart. Like, we're adults
Yeah, the
and you guys are
Bucks.
not. Okay?
They'll
I
take a
got
lot
it.
of teams
I got it.
apart.
But they've been there and done all that, and they did it to them
Yeah.
at their place. Okay, could the Lakers beat Sacramento? Yes, they could beat Sacramento in a 7-game series. Then we get to the Clippers, then we get to Golden State, and then you have to fight with these play-in teams,
We ain't
Minnesota.
fooling with them.
Okay,
We're
and
gonna go ahead and dispatch them. We're doing our play-in right now.
okay, then you got the team you call the Seagulls, the Pelicans, and the Thunder. They might be the most weirdly dangerous team in this if Shai Gilgeous gets his ankle right.
Right.
They survived Detroit last night on a late tip-in. by-
Yeah, come on, Detroit.
Come on, Detroit. That didn't help you any.
No.
But again, are these teams dangerous? Sure they are. That's to your point of, could you lose to anybody? You could. It's one of those years where I look at all this and I say, there's just one team up above you can't beat in a 7-game series, and that's a big if. It's Kevin Durant's team.
Who's there?
I say.
No,
There's no way you can beat that
We
team.
can beat them.
No, you cannot.
Y'all know y'all got DeAndre Ayton, bull jiving over there. We can beat y'all.
Yeah, but if they're healthy and they've had enough reps together, I don't think you can. But they still have a big X factor if, because Kevin Durant, on the most freakishly suffered injury I've ever seen, is shooting some weird kind of little layup shot, and his feet go out from under him and he turns his ankle. Will that plague him from here on? Could. I don't know. He says he's back 100%.
I believe it.
Okay, but the point is that they all have injury histories. You keep pointing it up. Well, if you got into, let's say you got to the, who knows, to the conference finals, I don't know, they probably wouldn't set up that way. But let's just do, if you go head-to-head with Phoenix, 7 games. The odds are of the 7 games, somebody in Phoenix is going to pull something, right? Am I right? Wouldn't that be history? Wouldn't history tell you that?
Yeah, given their history.
Okay.
Chris Paul seems to always get injured come playoff time. Devin Booker has dealt with some injuries, and we know Kevin Durant is just coming back from an injury after being away for almost 10 weeks.
All right, but I hate to break it to you, but your 2 superstars also now have injury history.
Remember last time they were in the playoffs, remember? LeBron was dealing with the ankle and AD hurt his back.
Yeah, okay. So it's the injury gods are going to dictate this, but it's the craziest year I can ever remember because it's so vulnerable to the top.
It's wide open.
I don't look up and I say, back in the Golden State days when they were Golden State, you just say, okay, there's no way, right? You say just book them, book their trips, book them into the finals. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, but when they had KD, he wasn't even close. I mean, he wasn't even rooting. I mean, who gonna get slaughtered in the Western Conference Finals by Golden State?
Yeah.
That was the question.
And no more, not this year.
No, it's not. No, it's not that anymore. I mean, it's only 2 teams that's coming out of the East. You know that. I know that. Milwaukee or the Celtics.
Oh, there's only one team coming out of Sixers.
Don't do that.
Did you see them last night?
Did you just see what a Holiday did? And Giannis.
Do you realize what's left in Indiana? Nothing. Do you realize they were playing without their top 3 players? 1, 2, 3 Cancun. That's what they're doing.
Hey.
Hey.
They ain't got nothing to do with us. Holiday still got them 51. Giannis had a 38-point triple-double.
Embiid took the best shot that Kyrie and Luka could give him, and he just said, no, watch this.
He's going to Skip Powell. Really? It might as well have been Jerome Powell, the Fed chair.
He was going up against 5 guys at once because it seemed like all 5 were playing defense.
No, it wasn't.
They were playing a bunch of zone.
They should have played. They should have played JaVale more.
Yeah. It was a 5-on-1 zone.
At least JaVale gonna run to the rim, get some dunks, make him work a little bit.
He did. He played some.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Should have played 20.
You got a shot, Shannon.
Of course. We got to go.
With that win, guys, the Lakers are sitting there at 500. Shannon, by the way, that record matches the record of my Pelicans. Let me know if you need me to say that name again. I can say it more slowly, too, if you need. All right, coming back. Kyrie, is he at fault for the Mavericks' slide in the standings? It has been dramatic. Guys, let's discuss on the other side of this break.